Well, hello, accounting students. Here we are. We are now in Module 4. We are definitely past the halfway point in the course. I'm talking to you on Tuesday this summer from a gloomy uh, Northwest Ohio. So a little bit overcast here today. We're going to talk a little bit about last week and what we're doing this week in Module 4. All right, so last week we had the midterm. I know there was some concerns about that. Everybody has concerns about a midterm. What's it going to be like? Hopefully, with the review questions you saw, gave you like 10 of them or so, that reduced the anxiety a bit. But I know 100 questions can be a little fatiguing going through all of that. And in reading your progress journals, I know a lot of you mentioned, almost, maybe half of you mentioned concern about the upcoming midterm. So, but with that overall, great performance on the midterm, kind of like generally where I like to see it. And that's the overall average. Had a note here. The overall average was 91%. So we had a few hundreds, and of course everything through through the gamut there. But it was pretty tight as far as the low score and the high score. So nothing too unusual with the midterm. So that looked really good. Good performance on the midterm. Just to repeat, I know some of you are worried about points and worried about getting an A in the course. If your quiz grades were a little low and maybe you got let's say an 87, which is not too far off of the average for the midterm. And you're like, I normally get 90s. Don't worry, there's some extra points that will be opportunity for you to earn extra points in the course if you need them. So, rest assured, if you want to get an A in the course, you'll be able to do that as long as you do all your assignments. And if you need the extra credits there, my guess is a lot of you probably won't need the extra credit, so you'll be doing absolutely just fine. As far as the learning activity for Module 3, which was more math oriented, mathy stuff, which kind of makes folks nervous. Take a look at the link down below if you want to see kind of my interpretation of the answers. So that's there. Remember, if you're doing a good faith effort, even if the answers are pretty wrong, you're getting a lot of points. So again, do good faith effort, and you're going to do very, very well in this course. I want to touch on something else as well with the learning activities. So you've noticed the learning activities, some of them are problems or questions from the book, okay? And make sure that if it's a problem or a question, you're doing the right number set, because they have identical number sets for problems and identical number sets for questions in the back of these chapters, okay? But some weeks we do that, and some weeks you do like a little essay. I found actually that students kind of like the essay more, so maybe we'll just go to complete essays as we go through this. But some of you, a good chunk of you, did an absolutely amazing job on the learning activity. I believe it was the insurance paper. Just wanted to kind of go back to that. Where I'm like, yikes, you probably spent a lot of time on it. So, I think some of them were in excess of 5-6 pages of information. Absolutely stellar work. Absolutely. Probably too much. If you want to write that much, you can. But whenever we do the learning activities where it's more of an essay style, 2 pages. I know you could literally write textbooks on some of these topics, but just shoot for 2 pages. That would be enough depth that I'm looking for. You're going to get full points. If you're at 1 page, probably not enough depth. So shoot for those 2 full pages ish, okay? 1 3/4, page, 1 2 page. Shoot for that. Make sure that you're getting your reference pages on there. Some of you got a couple of points off because reference pages were getting a little loose as far as APA format. I'm not a format guy. I'm a content guy. But if it's really off, like not even close to APA format, you're gonna yeah, I got to do my due diligence and ding a couple points on there. But if I'm looking at the reference page, I'm looking for the hanging indent. I'm looking that it's spaced correctly. Um, the references are on the top, and then I'm moving on. I'm not going any deeper into it. But if it looks pretty glaringly wrong, a couple of points there. So I say in general, most folks got points off. Was in the reference page and content. Couple points off on content. If you're at a page, not nearly the depth on some of these answers. Those of you folks that wrote 6, I salute you. That was amazing, amazing work. But shoot for about 2. I don't want to drive everybody crazy this semester, and we will have a few more of those. I'm not sure. Let's see, for this week, I don't remember if we're doing more math oriented or yes, so we're back to more of the typical problems. We're doing questions. Questions well, please note, you're doing questions, not problems. So questions are more less math, let me put it that way, or hardly any math, but you're not doing the essay style format this week. So yay for that. All right, so as I've promised, let's go in real quick. I want to talk about the case study, okay? And with the case study, it's not due. You have 2 weeks, okay, to complete this. You can turn it in. If you want to turn it in this week, that's fine, but you got 2 weeks. So this is Module 4. It's not due to the end of Module 5, okay? Here's what you want to do. And where students have typically, this is a high stakes assignment or high points, but easy to capture all the points if you just do these simple steps. You're going to answer 5 questions. You're just going to answer them to the best of your ability. I am not looking, there could be right or wrong answers. You could have a wrong answer and get the full points is what I'm trying to say. So let's say, for example, list 5 or more financial strengths of the hospital. You're going to read that case study, and they're what you think are the 5 strengths. Now, when you answer this question, list 5 or more financial strengths with the hospital, and up here I say answer all 5 questions in 1 or more full paragraphs. So I would not, if you you should be able to answer these in 1 nice, robust paragraph or 2. I probably wouldn't go to 3, but if you really feel that you need it, you could, okay? So, for example, like let's pick on this question here since I already picked on it. List 5 or more financial strengths of the hospital. If you were to literally write a sentence with, here are the strengths, capital structure, cash flow on hand, whatever, blah, 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 comma, and blah, 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 period, 1 sentence, has the 5 financial strengths, you're not going to get the full points. So what you'd want to do is list the strength and the why. I'm just making this up. Do not write this down. But let's say they had, cash on hand was excellent. They had, I don't know, 365 days of cash on hand or something like that. You could write that. And why is it important to have cash money, cash money in the bank to meet your obligations? So it'd be like that. And then 1 supporting sentence, maybe 2, why you think that's important. Next one, blank, 1 supporting sentence. So just make sure you are filling these answers out, again, with a nice full paragraph. And you are guaranteed, as long as it's not just crazy talk, you're guaranteed to get 125 points. This last one here, I'll just pick on this one because a few students last semester, they just, they'll just list what the 2 learning points in. again, whatever, discuss 2 or more key learning points from the case. I distinctly remember a couple students last semester, they just listed 2 points. Okay, well, discuss them. You know, this was important. Again, whatever it might be, who knows, whatever you think it's important, and then why you think it's important. That could easily fill up a nice little, that could be like a nice little 2-paragraphy, not, crazy paragraphs, but a couple, 2 nice little paragraphs. Boom, done with that question. Again, you do that, you're going to get 125 points. Even if none of them are the perfect or technically correct business answer, which would be pretty hard to do if you're able to do that, but you'll still be able to get the 125 points. So hopefully that eases some of the anxiety, with that case study. All right, guys, let me check my notes. I think that's all I wanted to talk about for this week. Again, if anything does come up, don't hesitate to reach out, and everybody have a fantastic week. Thanks.